Mr. CEO, do you even know who built your company?
You ever see a man so rich he forgets what respect means? Well, this CEO did. But when the judge asked one simple question, his empire of arrogance collapsed. Tom Willis had been a factory worker for nearly 27 years. He built machines, trained newcomers, and stayed loyal even when others quit. But when a new CEO, Richard Dane, took over, everything changed. Richard strutted into the factory like he owned not just the company, but the people too. He wore a $5,000 suit, diamond cufflinks, and a grin that screamed superiority. The first day he toured the floor, he pointed at Tom's old, oil-stained hands and said, "Looks like someone's allergic to promotion." The workers laughed nervously. Tom just smiled and kept working. A week later, layoffs started. And guess whose name was on the list? Tom's. No warning, no thanks. Just a cold letter taped to his locker. Tom didn't shout, didn't beg. He just walked out quietly, with the same dignity that had carried him through every storm. But here's the twist. Months later, the company was sued for unsafe practices. Machines Tom had warned about were now injuring new workers. And when the case reached court, Tom was called in as a witness. When he stepped into the courtroom, Richard smirked, whispering to his lawyer, "Oh, they brought the janitor." The judge raised an eyebrow. "Mr. Willis," he said gently, "you worked there for 27 years, correct?" Tom nodded. "And during that time, did management listen to your safety concerns?" "No, sir," Tom replied softly. "They said fixing machines cost more than fixing people." The room went silent. The judge turned to Richard. "Mr. Dane," he said, "how long have you been CEO?" "2 years," Richard replied. The judge leaned forward. "So tell me, how does a man who's only sat in the chair know more than the man who built it?" Richard froze. His smirk vanished. Even his lawyer lowered his eyes. By the end of the trial, Tom's testimony helped the workers win their case. The factory had to pay millions in damages. And Richard? He resigned quietly, his pride bruised deeper than his wallet. A few months later, Tom got a call from the new board. They asked him to train their next CEO. He chuckled and said, "Sure, but make sure he's not afraid to get his hands dirty." Sometimes the strongest man in the room isn't the one wearing a suit. It's the one wearing steel-toed boots and a lifetime of respect. If you believe hard work deserves dignity, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story. Because stories like Tom's remind us, humility builds more than machines. It builds legacy.